Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a Thursday evening episode of Ted's Booze Cellar with me, your most gracious host, Ted. Welcome to the premier alcohol review show here on YouTube. I hope I'm finding you all in a good state of affairs, and if I'm not, I hope things improve very soon. As always, welcome to the channel, and as always, drink responsibly. Now, today we're going to be taking a look at one of the beers that one of my family members gave me for Christmas, which is Echo Gold, which is a palm sugar or coconut palm sugar based lager made by the fine people at Echo Brewery, and they are a African inspired vegan based taproom and brewery based out of southeast London. So I will leave the links to their videos and their social medias and their website and all of that in the video description down below, but I would definitely recommend giving them a look in because I do like supporting craft breweries like this one, and they're from my hometown of London, so I definitely want to give them a bit of a shout out. But today we're going to be taking a look at one of their two beers, which is this one, which is Echo Gold, which is their lager. And then they also do Echo Black, which is a smoked porter. Obviously it's a lot darker and richer. And it says here, our smoked porter brewed with chocolate malt and caramel malt to add smoothness to its smoky malt flavour. And then on the back of the Echo Gold bottle here, which is what we're reviewing today, it says, our craft lager brewed with just the right amount of coconut palm sugar, paying homage to the ingredients used in the famous African beverage palm wine. So it's a beer that's, in a certain manner of speaking, inspired partly by palm wine. So that should be quite interesting. And the fact that it's got coconut palm sugar in it should give it an interesting hint of flavour. So, I mean, there's still a little bit left in this bottle after I poured it out, but the nose is actually pretty good. Obviously, it doesn't have a lot of room to breathe in the bottle, so it's like a 7 out of 10. But in the glass, you get a lot more of like a hazy kind of like, almost kind of like tangy sweetness to it. And I think that's partly where the coconut palm sugar comes from. So I do like it a lot more in the glass. In the glass, I think I'll give the nose an 8.5 out of 10 because it does have a hell of a lot more room to breathe and you can really get a lot more of a sense of the character for it. Usually when I've reviewed beers in the past that have been inspired by wines, like I've reviewed a couple that are inspired by barley wine, they've kind of had very harsh noses, but the good thing about this one is it's got a very, very clean, very neutral, very palatable nose that I think anyone can really enjoy if they're getting into beer for the first time. So yeah, no, honestly, the nose of Echo Gold is really nice. I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10 for when it's in the glass, and a good 7 out of 10 for when it's in the bottle. And as for the design of the label, honestly, like a 10 out of 10. It's simple, but the mixture of colours and the design of it is really, really nice. Like the simple outline of the African continent lit up by those little white dots and contrasting that against the black background on the label with the gold writing. Very simple, but I really, really like it. And the simple colour and design of the bottle complements it really nicely as well. So honestly, for the bottle and the label, I'll give it a 10 out of 10. I really like the look of this. I think it looks very, very handsome. The colour of the drink as well is pretty nice. I think it just has a nice standard sort of lagery gold colour to it. So yeah, it looks good. But as always, we won't really know what this is properly like until we actually taste it. So, as always, quick palate cleanser of water before we see what this sucker tastes like. And then on to the most important part of the video, which is to see what this sucker tastes like. So to everyone at home, I hope you have a good weekend ahead. And to the fine people at Echo Brewery, please keep making this stuff. It looks great, it smells great, and I want to see more of the stuff that you guys do. So yeah, bottoms up. Cheers. Mmm. 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 The flavour is almost like, yeah, I can definitely get the influence of the coconut palm sugar, but the texture is strange. It's really strange. The flavour I'll start with, the flavour is really good. It's got a very simple sort of like lager taste with like a slight tangy sweetness undercoating everything. I kind of feel like that's probably the coconut palm sugar, and it's just got a very simple finish. It's very smooth, very wet, and it kind of sort of hangs a bit in your taste buds for a little while after you've sipped it down, but not in a way where it overstays its welcome. More so like, you know, when you're drinking something that's like got that underlying little bit of sugar at the bottom, like say a cup of honey and lemon. It kind of feels like that kind of sensation, like where you're drinking it down and then at the end you get this sort of sweet, sort of little bit of honeyness kind of coming down the middle of your throat. It's really, really quite a nice experience, actually. It's hard to describe in sort of more coordinated words than that, I would suppose, but no, honestly, it's a very nice drinking experience. The texture is where I get a bit confused, though, because it's very fizzy, but it's kind of like also got a bit of a wine-esque kind of texture to it, where it's kind of a little bit thin, but it's kind of sort of very textured at the same time in terms of how vibrant and sort of fizzy it is. It's a really strange texture, but it's a nice one, though. It does actually kind of complement the flavours and breaks up the sweetness and the bitterness a little bit and doesn't make either aspect of the flavour too overpowering. The texture really complements the flavour really well. It kind of gives it a very nice kind of fruity finish, and it kind of has that sweet through line to kind of complement everything as well. It's a really, really well balanced lager. I really like this. So, I don't know, I think like the texture could be a little bit smoother at the end, don't get me wrong, and I think that there is a little bit of like the sweetness at the end, but I think there could be a little bit more to counterbalance some of the bitterness at the end. But generally speaking, it's a good drinking experience. It's not hard to sort of swallow down, and it's not indigestible. It's like a very digestible, very compulsive drinking experience. When you sip more of it, you want to drink more of it, and it's also good to glug it a bit as well. So I feel like it's good, enjoyed in both different ways, and I think generally speaking, it's a very multifaceted, albeit simply flavoured drink that really most, if not all, first-time beer drinkers can enjoy. And I definitely think, yeah, I would recommend this again. I think, like I said, there's a couple of things I would tweak, but overall, pretty damn solid overall. Yeah, no, I really like this. I'll give it a good 8.5 out of 10. Very, very thoroughly enjoyed this, and I'm looking forward to the Echo Black next time as well, so that'll be quite interesting. But yeah, give these guys a look in on their website if you like the sound of their stuff, and definitely support them if you're ever in town near their London tap room, and drop in and say hi and enjoy some of the drinks that they have. I think they do some food as well, but I'm not 100% sure, so you might want to check their website for that. Either way, though, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, share, and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for future episodes of Ted's Booze Cellar, let me know in the comments section down below. And if you want to check out any of my social medias online, I'll leave the links to all that in the video description down below as well. And until next time, have fun, stay safe for whatever you're doing, don't do anything I wouldn't do, wash your hands, drink responsibly, know your limits, and I'll see you guys at the bar next time on Ted's Booze Cellar. Bye-bye for now. And if you want to check out my social medias online, I'll leave you the link.